So being a Canadian myself, it's actually nice to see a movie actually take place in my home country. That movie is The Ice Road. But is it actually worth a watch? I was able to see the film early, and I'm gonna give you my honest, no BS take right now. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic. I appreciate you all so much for being here. If it's your first time here though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate all the support, and so do my partners at Movie Scene Canada. Their link is in the video description below. But now, let's talk about The Ice Road. Honestly, the best analogy that I can use for this movie is that it's an 18-wheeler that's old and clunky that has been driving the ice roads. It's almost too fitting, isn't it? It's loud, it's dirty, it's rusty, it's not the smoothest ride in the world, but eventually it gets the job done. Now I gotta talk about some of the first lines in the movie, and I apologize, they're not the most PC terms, but this is an actual interaction in the movie, 5 minutes in. Hey, what's it like being friends with a retard? He's not a retard. He's my brother. Don't call him that. Retard. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh boy, we're in for one of these movies. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the dialogue is not the most creative, it's very on the nose. You know, when the characters are on the ice roads and the ice is cracking, coming up towards their characters and it stops. You know, Liam Neeson looks right at the ice and goes, "It stopped. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that." So yeah, the script, a little wonky, and you know, I can deal with kind of weird dialogue like that, you know, especially for a lower budget film. But you know what, the story, that's where I had the most complaints. It was a little bit sloppy. They had quite a few different storylines, and I actually wish that they were able to focus on just one of them. You know, I'm okay with all of them. Just explore one of them a little bit more. The premise is simple enough. You have some diamond miners up in northern Manitoba. They get stuck, and then there needs to be a rescue mission. So of course Liam Neeson and friends have to drive these 18-wheelers over the ice roads, right? The ice is melting, it's in April, they are suicide missions. A very simple action-adventure premise, right? Totally fine, I can totally get behind that, and there are quite a few other storylines that I can get behind too. I just wish that they explored them more. Like, for example, Liam Neeson's character, Mike, has a brother named Gertie, that's his nickname, and he's not all there, right? He has PTSD because of the war in Iraq, so with his circumstances, it's a bit hard for them to keep down a job, right? It's been a struggle, so this job, they really need to get this down. And I'm fine with that. I actually liked the characters' dynamic, I could get their chemistry, I could get behind their storyline. I just wish that, you know, maybe you could explore it a little bit more, other than just maybe one scene going, "This is why we don't get jobs, Gertie." You know, sure, I'm fine with that. Let's explore it a little bit more. And by the way, Marcus Thomas, who plays Gertie, I swear to God, he looks very similar to Christian Harloff. Most of you guys who know movie reviewers on the internet should know who that is, but I made that personal connection there. You have all the miners, right? They pull a Dark Knight situation where it's like, well, what do we do? Do we try to kill these people off to try to reserve oxygen? No, we're all getting out of this together. And then fights start to break out within the group. I have time for that. But again, I don't know who these miners are. I don't know a single thing about them. So again, it's like, you could have explored that a little bit more. I would have preferred that, because then that actually gives some motivation to actually save these people who we care about. Now, they tried to do that with having Amber Midthunder's character's brother in the mine, right? And by the way, with Amber Midthunder, I could not understand a word she was saying in this movie. I don't know if it was just the mix on the copy that I got, but it was so hard to understand anything she was saying, and her performance was a little suspect, I will admit. But she has a brother in the mine, and of course Laurence Fishburne's character, Goldenrod, had to get her out of prison, you know, had to make bail just to get her on the ice roads. Again, there's something there, but again, it's not explored. And on top of that, this mining accident, which leads to the escapade on the ice roads, is actually an insurance company conspiracy. Now, I would have totally been fine with just the elements being the antagonizing force, but I guess you need to fill an hour-and-a-half movie, so you need to have some other antagonizing force, right? So let's go with an insurance company conspiracy theory. Again, sure, why not? I have time for that. But again, they didn't really explore it enough. I don't really understand what happened. Now, you might say that that's just me, right? You guys might watch the movie and totally get it, but I just wish that some of these storylines, again, just got a little bit more focus. But all in all, you know, Liam Neeson is a delight to see on screen. No matter what movie he's in, he's always almost the best part in it. The trucking moments, you know, when the ice is melting and everything like that, they were pretty intense moments. I will admit that the budget does not warrant the big special effects that you would get in a A-list blockbuster, but you know what? I was still getting the chills, right? Not because the movie was cold or anything. And funny enough, the score impressed me. It's not the greatest score in the world, but there were a couple moments where I'm like, the music is nice here. And honestly, if you like those trucking shows, then you might like this movie. But honestly, if not, then you may want to skip this one. I'm personally giving this 2 out of 5. Again, it's not a masterpiece, it's not the greatest movie in the world, but if you like those trucking shows, and if you like Liam Neeson, then you know what, there's more positives than negatives. I just wish that the script was a little bit cleaner. But what about you guys? Are you guys planning on seeing The Ice Road? If you are, let me know down in the comment section down below, and if you've seen it, give me your thoughts as well. I'd love to hear them. I read every single comment, so I'd love to interact with you guys, and make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.